Hi everyone. Before you spend extra money on a gas grill, ask yourself one thing. Do you need a grill that cooks better, or just one that looks bigger? Today I'm sharing my personal experience with the Weber Spirit E-325 styled gas grill, especially from the point of view of someone who wanted a solid backyard grill without jumping into a huge, oversized setup. This is the kind of grill that looks fairly compact at first glance, but once you start cooking on it, you realize the real story is heat control, searing, and long-term usability. When I first got it, my main concern was size. I didn't want something massive taking over the deck, but I also didn't want to feel cramped every time I cooked for more than 2 people. Visually, it has that clean Weber look. A closed cabinet underneath for the gas tank, 2 side shelves for tools or plates, and a cooking area that feels right for a couple, a small family, or even a small gathering. If you regularly cook for a huge crowd, you may want something larger. But for everyday grilling, this size makes a lot of sense. Assembly was one of the first surprises. I expected it to be a long, frustrating project, but it was pretty straightforward. The parts were packaged well, the instructions were clear, and the hardware was organized in a way that actually made sense. I assembled most of it myself, though I can see how having a second person would help during a stage or two, especially because the grill is not feather light. It feels heavier and more solid than smaller 2-burner grills I've used before. I mainly needed a Phillips screwdriver, with the included Allen wrench for a few bolts. Overall, it took a little over an hour, plus some extra time to unpack everything and clean up the cardboard. Once assembled, the grill has a sturdy, attractive presence. It does not feel like a flimsy discount grill. The side shelves are useful for plates, seasonings, and grilling tools, and the hooks are handy if your tools fit them well. The cabinet keeps the tank hidden, which makes the whole setup look cleaner on a patio or small deck. The first real test for me was steak. I used the sear zone to get those defined grill marks, then finished the meat over medium heat. This is where the grill started to separate itself from cheaper gas grills I've owned. The heat felt predictable. I wasn't constantly fighting random hotspots or shifting food around just to keep one side from burning while the other side stayed tail. With the lid down, the temperature builds quickly, and the grill holds heat well. The sear zone is one of the biggest reasons to consider this model. The 2 sear burners do exactly what I hoped they would do. They create the kind of high heat that works well for steaks, burgers, and chops. With all burners on high, it gets hot fast. It really gives you that strong surface heat for a proper sear. For me, that matters because I like steak with a good crust without overcooking the inside. Burgers also come out with great marks and a nice exterior. What I appreciate even more is that the sear zone area is still usable for normal grilling when I'm not searing. It doesn't feel like wasted space. If I'm cooking chicken, burgers, vegetables, or a quick weeknight dinner, I can use the whole surface normally and control the heat with the 3 knobs across different zones. Heat distribution is one of the best parts of using this grill. It cooks evenly across the surface, especially with the lid down. I've used cheaper grills where one corner is scorching hot and another area barely cooks. Here it feels much more balanced. That makes it easier to cook multiple items at once, without babysitting every inch of the grate. I can picture a full row of burgers, a few pieces of chicken, or vegetables on one side, while meat cooks on the other, and the results are consistent. The grill also heats up fast. For weeknight cooking, that's important. I don't always want a long preheat routine. I want to step outside, turn it on, get dinner going, and come back inside with good food. This grill fits that style. It gets to grilling temperature quickly, and for higher heat cooking, it doesn't feel like it struggles. Cleanup is another area where I notice the convenience. The pull-out drip pan makes the process quicker and less annoying. Nobody loves cleaning a grill, but when the grease management is easy to access, you're more likely to keep up with it. I also like using long grill gloves when cleaning or reaching toward the back, because it just feels safer around the heat. For capacity, I describe it as small to medium. It's not a giant party grill, but it can handle more than it looks like. For a couple, it is easily enough. For a small family, it works very well. For a family of 4 or 5, it feels practical, and if needed, you can cook for more people by managing batches. I've seen it comfortably handle a decent number of burger patties, and because it cooks quickly at high heat, you can move through food faster than expected. Durability is a major reason I was comfortable choosing it. Weber grills have a reputation for lasting a long time when maintained properly, and this one gives me that same impression. If you clean it, keep it covered, and do basic upkeep, it feels like the kind of grill that can stay in service for years. I also like knowing that replacement parts and support are usually part of the Weber experience. That matters because a grill is not just about the first summer, it's about whether it is still working years later. Now, it is not perfect. My biggest complaint is the wheels. and they don't feel like the same level of quality as the rest of the grill. If the grill is mostly staying in one place on a deck or patio, they are probably fine. But if you plan to move it often, especially over uneven ground, they may annoy you. A rubber wheel or better caster setup would have made more sense on a grill at this price. Another thing to keep in mind is shipping and quality control. Dents can happen, and with a grill made of multiple panels, a damaged or misaligned part can turn assembly from simple to frustrating. My advice is to inspect the main panels before you get too far into the build, especially around the cabinet, door hinge areas, handle, and bottom panel. Also, if you rarely cook steaks, burgers, or chops, and do not care about a strong sear, you may not need the Sear's own version. You could potentially save money with a simpler model. But if searing is part of your regular cooking, this feature is absolutely worth considering. Overall, I think this grill hits a very good balance. It is compact without feeling tiny, powerful without being hard to control, and easy enough to use for quick dinners while still capable of handling small gatherings. The heat is even, the sear zone is genuinely useful. Cleanup is simple, and the build feels much better than the cheaper grills that tend to fall apart after a few seasons. My final take is this: if you want a gas grill for a couple, a small family, or a medium-sized household, and you care about even cooking and excellent searing, this is a strong choice. Just be aware of the plastic wheels, inspect it during assembly, and make sure the size fits how many people you usually cook for. If you have any questions about this product, feel free to leave them in the comments below. Thanks for watching, guys, and have a great day.